When spirit calls, we answer. I came right in here as soon as I felt like there was a collective message that needed to be shared. And there's multiple things that I do want to touch on here. Your ability to follow your discernment sharpening, your individuality, your security within yourself, this part of your healing journey, being uncomfortable, you accepting things that are truly meant for you, you not accepting the fool's gold, not accepting connections or opportunities that you asked for, but knowing that it doesn't truly align with you. And going back to the discernment part, being able to discern when it's not aligned. Yes, this is what I asked for, but this is not resonant with who it is that I'm becoming and what it is that I stand for. And the security within yourself to remain alone, even when a connection presents itself to you that maybe initially felt aligned, it sparked your interest, it piqued your interest. But the more you felt into the situation, it became clear that the lesson here is for you to choose yourself and to not feel guilt around choosing yourself. That seems like a past thread, past version of yourself. This is the Whisper of Ganesha Oracle deck. At the bottom, we have healing. Exactly. This collective is one of being on a deeply healing sovereign journey. And this specific leg of it has been like the unsexy inner work, the privacy of your personal revolution. This is the part that brings you inward. Like I'm seeing the Hermit card and the reverse Three of Cups. I had seen that in my mind's eye previously. The reverse Three of Cups, where you don't feel the need to surround yourself with others. You don't need any external validation for you to know your worth. This inner part of your journey has been one of deep reverence and something that we have empowerment, something that has been so personal that you could not even fathom sharing it with others. And it's not like you're trying to be secretive, but you're being private for a reason. Protecting your peace, protecting your privacy, protecting your sanity, protecting your inner world for real, because I'm seeing like there are people that are interested in what it is you have going on. You're going so deep within yourself and dismantling all of these limiting beliefs, all these habits that hold you back, all these perspectives that just do not align with where it is you're going anymore. You're becoming more accepting of your worthiness. Like you are innately worthy, but it's often a process of acceptance. And excuse my voice, I've been sick this weekend. I'm healing. I'm healing, but I really felt the call to share this message because it feels like one of like quiet confidence. It feels like one of security. It feels like you are becoming more of yourself. Like you're on that journey. Like there's something that it is, something specific it is you're calling into your life. And the journey to that can feel so, it's not linear. It's not linear. It ebbs, it flows, it's dark, it's light, it's heavy, it's light. Like there's all these different parts of it, but your willingness to embrace the full kaleidoscope that is your human experience, like embracing the fullness of all that it is that you are, and knowing that whatever it is that you go through is a segment of the journey. I see you not getting so sucked into like the emotionality of certain situations. Instead, you're able to look at it from a bird's eye view and know that this is a piece of the journey. You know that you are here to extract the lesson in this experience. And because of that, it's like your armor is hardening in the best way possible. Because that's you trusting yourself. That's you not needing validation from anyone or anything. You don't need anyone to see your worth because you give that to yourself. And because of that, you're shining. And because you're shining, it's like moss to a flame. And that's where the discernment part comes in. Because there are people that are going to be, like, you're very attractive during this part of your journey. Attractive in the sense of, like, there are people who are inspired by you. There's people who are curious about you. But there are also energetic vampires who want to siphon your energy, and they don't even maybe they do. I try to see the best in people, and sometimes I'm like, forgive them for what they do not know. They don't even understand that they're projecting their own limiting beliefs onto me, onto you. They don't even recognize what they're doing because they are deeply unconscious. Let's get into these cards. I felt like pulling out this Oracle deck. Oh, this is one of my favorite cards, Understanding. Like how beautiful that is. I feel like it's time for you to start looking people in the eye more. This card is like, look people in the eye and say it with your chest. Look people in the eye and mean what it is you mean to say. Being more solid within yourself, not needing others to understand you. You're not diluting yourself to be digestible to others. This part of your journey, like, you are here and you are exactly where it is you are meant to be. And I know you have heard that before, but let me reframe it for you. Everything that you are currently experiencing, you're here to master this level of yourself before you move towards what it is you're calling into your life, because what it is you're calling into your life is looking for you in the crowd. And as soon as it finds you, it's just boom, boom, boom. Change, revelation, acceptance, forward moving momentum, like quick. It's like the 8 of Wands. It's quick moving momentum. And so this part of the journey is about you mastering, like, self-mastery. It's similar to like the healing journey. It's similar to the self-love journey. Those are all synonymous to each other. The self-mastery, it doesn't have a finish line, but there are levels to this. There are an infinite amount of levels. And when you tune in, decision and splendor, let me refocus. And when you tune in, you realize that you truly are in more control than you give yourself credit for. When you relinquish the control is when you have the most control. You feel me? That's when you have the most control, because you're choosing how you respond. You're choosing where you are putting your energy. You are choosing to take your power back. And what does taking your power back even look like? What does that even mean? It means that I'm not going to let anything penetrate this force field of peace that I have been cultivating. There's nothing that can knock me off balance, because I do too much work on myself to know myself for anyone to try to talk me out of my name. You know what I mean? It's like that confidence you have, that's what's making you attractive, and it's making people curious, but that also can make people feel intimidated by you. It can also make people feel inferior. It can trigger them, because when they're around you, they but being in your presence makes people look at themselves in a way that they did not ask. And you can't help it, because you are truly a reflection. And when we say you're a reflection of me, I'm a reflection of you, not in any superficial pop spirituality, westernized spirituality way. It's more of like, when you're truly a reflection, it's not about you matching energy. It's about you maintaining your own energy. And by that, it reflects back onto people. They hear themselves more. They hear what it is they said. They hear the undercurrents and what it is they say. And then people can get triggered by that, because it makes them uncomfortable. And at the beginning of deep inner work, it is very uncomfortable. It's not only at the beginning. It can be throughout the whole journey. There are points of discomfort, period. But it's not about you turning back. It's about you recognizing that this is an uncomfortable patch and moving forward regardless. Moving forward regardless. Let's get into these tarot cards. The Queen of Pentacles. This is what I'm talking about. And we have the Moon. This is exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Whatever it is that you are calling into your life, whatever it is that you are aligning yourself with, this is a deeply personal journey for you. Like, this is so private to you that you don't even have the words to explain it to anyone. And you don't need to explain it. You have no desire to explain it. This is you truly embodying all the lessons that you have learned thus far. This is your embodiment arc. This is your embodiment period. This is the part where you really walk the way you talk. This is where it all just clicks into place. And of course, there is more to come, but take a moment to let this land. Look at how far you've come. Look at how you're handling situations differently. Look at how you're not engaging in things that are trying to knock you off balance, things that are trying to keep you tethered to your old self. When you make a conscious decision to choose differently in situations, that is where the most growth, that is where the magic happens. That is where the growth really does happen. And so now it's like this moment of rest. And I'm also hearing knowing when to rest before you're forced to. I was actually talking to someone about this. I forget what it's called, but it's like a this philosophy of the 80-20 rule, where you eat 80%, you do a task or you do something 80% rather than the 100. So when you leave that 20%, it creates that yearning for more. So when you only eat 80%, instead of filling yourself up until you're stuffed, leave that 20%. So it's like, does this make sense? It's like you're leaving space for wanting more. It's giving you, like, how do I say? I hope that's making sense. I'm trying to think of a better example because I feel like I could find one besides food. Okay, let's use that with studying. Instead of just maxing out your brain's effort, your brain's energy, going 80%, because then when you leave that 20%, it's like you're wanting to do the task again. Does that make sense? That's what it is. That's where I'm going to leave it at. I hope that makes sense. If not, my bad. My bad. I think I just saw the devil peek through. That's been coming up a lot lately. That's been coming up a lot. Whoa, that's a lot of cards. I'm not going to take all of those. But we have the 3 of Swords. We're in the last part of the Year of the Snake. You know, this message is timeless. But, the 3 of Wands and the Sun. Interesting. What I was saying, though, being at the final push of the Year of the Snake, like, this is a timeless message. When it finds you, it is truly meant to find you, regardless of it being in the Year of the Snake. So with that 3 of Swords, though, like, let me keep this succinct instead of being so scattered. The Devil card and the 3 of Swords not being pulled but revealing themselves. This is your purge period, and purge looks different for everyone, and it looks different for you at different points in your life. But this is the unsexy part of the inner work. This is the part where you go deep within yourself and you admit to yourself the deep, honest truths, where you're able to look at yourself with total neutrality. Just look at yourself. And when you're able to do that, that does make you different from the rest of people, because a lot of people are so unwilling to accept their imperfections, their humanness, that they go their whole lives quietly trying to please others, trying to seem perfect when the whole point is to know thyself. And when you try to escape that, you'll just be presented with the same lesson over and over until you learn it. But I see you now being able to like alchemize in real time. You accept and process in real time. And it can feel heavy for you at times. It can feel lonely because you might not feel like people often meet you at the depth that you rest at. I feel like I need to take a deep breath. But then we have, like, that's what was. But now it's like you're focusing more, and we have the Empress. It's like you're focusing more on, whoa. I'm realizing that I had pulled, and the Empress is right here. I'm realizing that I pulled all of these cards, and we have the Nine of Cups down there. I pulled all of these before in a private reading for myself a while ago. And it's like things are being brought forth to your attention that you just cannot, like, you cannot run from yourself at all anymore. You truly cannot outrun yourself. You can't outsmart your own intuition. Your boundaries are asking you to assert them, not in a blunt force kind of way, but more in like, be solid within yourself. This is an up leveling of emotional maturity. Can you express your boundaries without shaking in your boots? But even expressing them, even if you are shaking in your boots, like, can you really stand on it and be who you are unapologetically? And the combination of all of these cards, like, I recently was reading about this card, and it's like satisfaction in the present. It's not something outside of you. It's like noticing where you are in the present moment. It's like I'm sitting here reflecting on all that I have been through this year, all of the lessons that I have learned, all of the tools that are in my tool belt, the things that have hurt me, the things that have uplifted me, all of the lessons that I've gathered. Let me be proud of myself for how far that I have come and how much I have grown. Like, yes, there is more to go, but now it's like you following your intuition relentlessly. You staying in soul alignment because that's just in your nature. Because of all this work that you do on yourself, it's like your success is inevitable. And you know that. And we even have the world. We even have the world down here. And we also have the Tower. Let me not just pull every single card from this deck, but this is like, this is happening for your highest good. This is like a radical acceptance of, I cannot live like this anymore. I cannot hold myself in this manner anymore. I cannot hold space for everyone anymore. This is like a radical acceptance. This doesn't feel like the rug being ripped out from under you. This feels like you wake up one morning, you're like, actually, I choose otherwise. Actually, no, you can't sit at my table. With compassion, but no, you can't sit at this table. No, you cannot come into my circle. This is like a waking up to yourself. This is like a revelation of like you stepping into yourself in such an obvious way. Because like we have the sun. We have this. This is like you're not sitting and ruminating. This is the Three of Wands. You're not sitting and ruminating. You're sitting here pondering your next move. Because you have so much that good that it is that you're working towards that you simply cannot afford to let anything try to penetrate this force field. You can try, but there's too much stability. The roots have been rooting. The inner work has been showing itself. I feel like this is like a deepening. This is like a deepening of your self-education. This feels like a deepening of just the knowing of yourself. And this is exactly what I was talking about when things might present themselves to you, even if they don't fully align. Here's an example. I'm in the States temporarily before I travel for a year straight. And while I'm here, I would really love to teach yoga in person. I haven't taught yoga in person for a year. And I interviewed at a place. They had their own structure that they wanted me to fit into. And they showed me around and everything. And as I left, I was just like, the answer is no. I feel like they did offer me the position, but I was sitting in my car and I was like, this just does not feel like where I want to be, even though it's yoga. I want to teach yoga in person. I want to do that. But this is not the place that feels like it aligns with me. They also have their own thing going. I don't want to be a guinea pig. I've been teaching for too long and doing this for too long that I'm at a point where I'm like, y'all need to have it together if I'm going to come in and fit that's another thing. I'm not meant to fit into somebody else's container. I'm too independent for that. No, I need to do my own thing. And that's what I learned from this. Because that exactly represents this. And also, I was asking for more companionship with women, with women who are facing the same direction as me. And I did have an opportunity present itself, but as some time progressed, I realized that this is not aligned. Although we have a lot in common, I'm too sensitive to energy to deny what it is that I'm feeling. And that's another thing, not negotiating with emotions so much. Like, you feel how you feel. I know that I'm coming from a place of inner purity. I have good intentions, and I'm not ever going to look at a situation and try to put it in my favor. I can accept when I'm not correct here. Like, there's nothing, it's not about someone being right. It's more of this, like, this is the truth of the situation. This is how I feel. Although I did ask for more companionship, I don't think that this companionship meets my standards. Oh, wow. I'm just pulling straight. And look, exactly. We have the reversed page of Pentacles. Exactly. Oh my gosh. The reversed page of Pentacles and the reversed Three of Cups. This is what I have been seeing. This is literally what I've been seeing. It's like, if you were to let certain things into your life, like let's say that companionship that didn't align, or that job location, the yoga job that didn't align, it's like that would not really push you forward in a positive way. It might teach you, it's like, that is a lesson that tried to repeat, but you chose differently, is what I'm seeing with this. Like, you in real time broke the loop. You in real time broke the pattern. You chose differently, so things are not going to repeat. It's like, that would have hindered you. That would have penetrated your force field, and you recognize it in real time. And that is emotional maturity. That is emotional intelligence. That is sovereignty. That is sovereignty. And with this, it's like the acceptance of, although I'm not accepting that companionship, it's coming from a place of discernment. Although it might make you feel like, why am I still alone? I don't want to be alone. I want to collaborate. I want to bounce ideas. I want to be inspired by others. I don't always want to be the teacher. I want to be around people who are doing better than me. I want to be around people that I am simply inspired by the way they live their lives. And because of that, it requires you to make difficult decisions that you know are ultimately for your highest good. And that is discernment. That is meditation. That is sovereignty. And beneath that, we have the reversed Nine of Wands. Ooh. We have, what? We have the King of Wands and the reversed Nine of Wands. You protecting your boundaries is you protecting your peace. This is you reinforcing trust with yourself. Yes. This is you reinforcing trust with yourself. Because it's not coming from a place of desperation. like I was saying earlier, you don't need to prove anything to anyone about nothing. And you're firm within that. It's like, what's the term? Is it pushing the needle forward? Is that what it is? Why am I hearing that? Push the needle forward. It's like being confident in your decisions. Like what I was saying earlier, with this and the, what is this? The Six of Swords. Look. A balance of your masculine and feminine. This is a balance. Because you're following your heart's guidance. You're tuning into your energetic antennae. You know what I mean? But with this, it's like, no, let me stay focused on the task at hand. These are my boundaries and I don't feel sorry about it. I am a human being who isn't allowed to have my boundaries. And you don't have to assert it in a blunt way, a tough way, trying to make it like, you don't have to like, it doesn't have to be loud or boisterous. It's more of like, I speak in full sentences. I'm not going to over-explain myself. I'm not going to shrink myself to make somebody else uncomfortable. If you are intimidated by me, that's a reflection of how you feel about yourself. I'm not going to take that on and subtly try to take myself down a notch, because you are meant for more. You are meant for so much more. Like, don't feed into this. People who try to get close to you to siphon your energy, don't even pay them any mind. Do not pay them any mind. As you progress along this journey, you are becoming more visible. And with that requires a certain level of inner security. It's human to be curious about what is said about you behind closed doors. Excuse me, but let's not sit here and hyperfixate or try to control any narratives or try to be a certain way to appease others. This is your self-centeredness arc, and not self-absorbed, self-centered. Who else is supposed to be at your center but you? Who else? And this isn't about you not caring about others, because this is a very intuitive, compassionate collective. This isn't about you hardening your heart. You softening your heart. What card was it? This one. You softening your heart, like follow along here. Upright, this is like hyper protection, hyper analytical, hyper vigilant. That's the word for this card. This is hyper vigilance. But reverse, it's more, I see this as my boundaries are in a way me softening my heart, because I'm not trying to protect my peace in the sense of like, how do I put this together? What is it that I'm trying to piece together here? You protecting your peace and you asserting your boundaries is in a way you softening your heart to yourself. You allowing yourself to be truly yourself. Does that make sense? You giving yourself full permission to be safe within your own body. This is you becoming safer. That's what it is I'm looking for. It's like you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your peace, because you have done so much work on yourself that you could not possibly let anyone or anything disrupt that. And this is like a really important part of the journey. Like, really though, this is a really important part of the journey, and let's not even try to make it seem smaller than it is. Like, this is time for you to take a moment and let yourself feel that. Don't try to be humble. Ooh, I wanted to pull one more card to end this reading, but I feel like this is it, the Ace of Swords, because period, this is you, literally. This is the epitome of this part of the journey. It's like your protection of yourself is your armor. You protecting your peace, you protecting your sanity, you protecting your assets, you protecting your circle. That's what this is. And because of that, you are just, all of your rewards that you are being given, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles, because this is like the work you're doing is real and it is paying off. It is paying off. And 2026, the year of the stallion, the pages are messengers. Like, you are on a journey of true abundance. And I don't just mean in the monetary ways, like, yes, that is a part of it, but abundance in the sense of like, you love yourself and the life you live. You love what it is you do. You love what it is you create. You love your relationships. You love the way you can alchemize your pain into more wisdom. Alchemizing your pain into wisdom. This is a really important part of the journey, and we cannot downplay the importance of it, because this is like it's time for you to embody everything that you have been working on. It's not something outside of you. It's not something out of your reach. This is the moment where you say, I walk in my power. This is the moment that you say, I'm no longer afraid of being myself. I'm not afraid of my own momentum. I'm not afraid of my own momentum. And so it is. I think that's where we are going to end this message today. And it's just all these positive, upright, yes. King of Cups, yes. Queen of Pentacles, yes. I welcome it. I welcome it. You got this. I love you. Until next time.